Good day, everyone. Fasten your seatbelts and keep your passports ready. Now, we're taking you on a quick flight across Southeast Asia to explore how each nation keeps and law order. Welcome aboard our Asian Police Models Tour. Asian Police Models presented by Group 1 and Group 2.
Brunei. So Brunei is the smallest country located in the Southeast Asia, on northwest corner of Borneo Island, bordering the Malaysia. So facing the South China. So Brunei have a 577 square kilometers with a population of 500,000 people, and almost 40% of their worker is foreigner. So the economy depends mainly the natural gas and the crude oil, which is they help or they're nearly half of their GDP. So Brunei is the constitutional sultanate. So when we say constitutional sultanate, this is the rule by the same royal family in the six countries. It became British protectorate in 1880 and gained a full independence on January 1, 1984. By that law, the legal system, they are follow the English common law. But for Muslim, they follow the Sharia law that applies in many areas. So the Sultan, when we say Sultan is head or the head of both state and the government. He also the leads the religious countries which create the enforced law in Brunei. So under him of Sultan, it is the Commissioner of Police who was managed the RBP, which is the Royal Brunei Police. So the headquarter assisted by deputy commissioners and the secretariat. So the Royal Brunei Police is occupied or organized the 5 main departments. The first is the administration and finance. The second is the operations. And the third is criminal investigation and intelligence. Fourth, logistic. And the last will be the traffic control. So these 5 is the mainly department that help the commissioners of police under Sultan. But they say that the RBP, they aim, or the RBP, the Royal Brunei Police, aiming to maintain a law orders accordance with power compared by the written law in most professional manner. So the Royal Brunei Police, they want a law that will be accordance of the power of what will be the written law, so that the fairness and the freedom will be subordinate and makes the government success. So when you're entering the BRP or the Brunei Royal Police, you must be entered in 18 years of age and your term must be 60 years old. So the minimum physical requirement will be not less than 5'6" of height for male, and for female, not less than 5'4". So moreover, male should weigh not exceeding 60 kg, and for female is not exceeding 55 kg. And also, under educational requirement, you must should at least Brunei Junior Certificate or BGCE. And if you're entering, you must conduct a training period for 9 months and involving the study of Brunei law, the fitness, the arms, and the drills. And after that, the posting and after the game. So now we're going to the next country, which is Cambodia. So Cambodia is located of Southeast Asia and is the border of Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. It is an area about 181,000 of square kilometers, and the population of Cambodia is 15 million people. So Cambodia was a French protectorate until 1953. When it gained independence, its history was marked as a conflict because under the Khmer Rouge regime, led by the Pol Pot from 1975 to 1978, the Cambodia police was established in 1990. So now, the People Police of Cambodia, it is a main role to maintain a peace, security in towns and city, and also protect citizens. So now, military police, or they're called gendarmerie, it is a law that enforced an order that created of competition between the two in force. So the first is National Police under the Ministry of Internal Affairs would have a authority over civilians. So the National Police organized to have a 6 central departments and 4 autonomous units like military. So they highly disciplined and battle ready. their ranking system and similar to other hand. Armed forces starting from general down to sergeant. So now, in 2002, the government ended the PM law, which is rule over civilians. So at the present, the National Police under Ministry of Internal Affairs, they have an authority in Cambodia, which is organized the 6 departments that I say earlier. So the central departments are the security, transport, public orders, and borders, administrative, and judicial. So the autonomous units of Cambodia is Enforce Unit, Headquarters Unit, Intervention Unit, and Drug Enforcement Unit. So the mission of these units, they have to work together to preserve or to serve and protect the people. So the National Police of Cambodia, headed by a Commissioner General who holds the rank of General Entrance of, when we enter the National Police of Cambodia, the entrance age will be 23 to 30 years of age and high school graduate. The height is 5'5" for male and 5'3" for female. So they are retired at the early age of 55 years. Moreover, their mode of selection is family-based, which means the priority given of the applicants will be the parents of either father or mother in serving in the Cambodia Police Force. Recruits undergoes combat training and Cambodia Police. So under the Cambodia Police system, they focuses on family-based, which is you are priority applicants if you have a mother or fathers that's serving in Cambodia Police, and you will be recruiting and you will be working and training in Cambodia Police Camp.
Indonesia. Located between the Indian and North Pacific Oceans, Indonesia is the world's largest archipelago, made up of more than 17,000 islands. It covers an area of about 1,919,440 square kilometers and is home to around 240 million people, making it one of the most populous countries on Earth. Historically, Indonesia was colonized by the Dutch and later occupied by Japan during World War II. After years of struggle, the country finally gained its independence in 1949. Indonesian National Police. Polisi Republik Indonesia, or Polri, is the country's national police force. Formerly part of the armed forces 1960s to 1998. For decades, the police were under military control, separated in 1999. Since then, the police have operated as an independent civilian agency. Centralized under the President. Centralized means all major decisions, budget, policy, leadership come from the national government in Jakarta, not from individual provinces. This allows one unified chain of command across the entire archipelago. Headed by a chief of police or general rank. The top officer holds a 4-star general rank and reports directly to the President. Geographic structure of Polri. The Indonesian National Police is organized in a clear geographic chain of command, from the largest area down to the smallest community. Regional commands or Polda. These are the provincial headquarters directing all police operations within an entire province. We have districts or polres. Each city or large town has a polres, managing crime prevention and daily policing across the district. Sub-districts or polsec. These are the municipal or township stations handling incidents and patrols for smaller local areas under a polres. Village-level polmas. At the level or village level, polmas officers work directly with residents, focusing on neighborhood safety, mediation, and building trust. This geographic structure, Polda, Polres, Polsec, and Polmas, keeps law enforcement coordinated from the provincial capitals all the way to individual villages across Indonesia's thousands of islands. Organizational structure of Polri. Indonesia's national police also has specialized units to handle different duties. We have the Intelpam or the Intelligence and Security. They collect information and protect national security. We have the Reserse or the Criminal Investigation Detective, branch that investigates crimes and gathers evidence. We have the Samapta or the Patrol, provides regular patrols and quick response to keep public areas safe. We also have the lantas or the traffic, which manages road safety, traffic flow, and accident response. Also have the BIMAS or the community guidance. They build relationship with the public and give safety education. And lastly, we have the BRIMOB, which is the paramilitary unit. They handle riots, crowd control, and major emergencies. These operational divisions let Polri respond to everything from everyday traffic issues to serious national security threats. To join the Indonesian National Police, applicants must meet these basic standards. For the entry age, minimum of 18 years old, usually after finishing senior high school or with a college degree. For the education, at least a high school diploma, though many recruits hold a college degree for better career opportunities. Citizenship and health. Must be an Indonesian citizen, pass a medical exam, and meet height, fitness, and moral character requirements. For the training, all recruits attend the police academy or police training center, completing both classroom and field training before active duty. For the retirement, standard retirement is at 45 years old, but service can be extended up to 58 for higher ranking or specialized officers if they remain fit for duty. Officers who reach mandatory retirement may continue in civilian roles or advisory posts within government security agencies. These requirements help ensure that Polri officers are physically capable, properly educated, and professionally trained to serve the public. New Polri recruits usually serve in their own home provinces so they know the local culture and language. After reaching lieutenant rank or higher, officers may be assigned anywhere to Indonesia to meet national needs. Also, Indonesia has about one officer for every 526 civilians, close to international policing standards. And Polri keeps a Dutch-influenced ranking system, a legacy of the colonial period. This means its titles like brigadier, inspector, commissioner, and general are patterned after the ranks once used by the Dutch police and military, with clear levels from junior constables up to 4-star generals. This mix of local service and European-style rank hierarchy helps Polri stay both community-focused and nationally coordinated.
Hello, my name is Diofel Tajale, and I am discussing Laos in the Laos police system. Laos is located at the Southeast Asia, and the country cover a total of 236,800 square kilometers. The 75% of the country is mountain and mountainous. The country is one of the poorest country in the Southeast Asia, and 85% of the population is relying on to farming. The capital city of Laos is Vientiane. Country is governed by the one-party communist rule, although in 1986 the government is start adopting the market-based economic. So, what is market-based economic? Economic is a system where two forces known as a supply and demand direct the production of goods and services. They dito sila nagtitrade ng mga bagay upang kumita ang kanilang bansa. Market economies are not controlled by a central authority like a government and are instead based on the voluntary exchange. Now, let's go to the Royal Law Police. Royal Law Police is divided into several branches of service, which is comprised a plain clothes criminal investigation department, urban constabulary, regional gendarmerie, and a counter insurgery armed support unit. Now, all the branches I mentioned are being under by the Ministry of Interior. Ministry of Interior, they share responsibility of Internal Security of Ministry Defense Security Forces, and with the movement, they they organized and controlled by the Laotian People Republic Party. Now, the mission of the Royal Lao Police is to ensure the nation security, social order, and prevention, detection and investigation of the crime. Laos are not formal educational requirements to enter their police service, but it is open graduates requirement and selection procedure are managed by the police forces and local level. Although the national agreed the competency-based framework is applied. Training, they trained 12 weeks or 3 months.
So, good day everyone. For this presentation, I will report about the police models of Malaysia and Myanmar, which are example of policing system in the Asian region. Studying these models is important because it helps us understand how different countries organize their law enforcement agencies to maintain peace, security, and order in society. The police model of Malaysia. The Royal Malaysian Police is also called Diraja Malaysia or RMP, has a long and important history. It was first created in 1946 and reorganized in 1963. During Malaysia's independence organization, the RMP is centralized police force under the Ministry of Home Affairs. It has different departments such as Management Department, Logistic Department, Criminal Investigation Department, Internal Security, Special Branches, and Commercial Crime Department. So, their special units. Malaysia has developed specialized units like General Operation Force, Counter-Terrorist Units, Marine Operation Force, and Air Unit. These handle terrorism, organized crime, and maritime security, while also supporting general policing. Recruitments and training. Applicant must be between 18 and 28 years old and meet physical and educational qualification. Training takes place at the Police Training Center in Kuala Lumpur, lasting 6 months and combining academic knowledge and practical law enforcement skills. So we're heading to the police model of Myanmar. The Myanmar Police Force was officially established in 1964 under the Ministry of Home Affairs, originally called the People Police Force. It was renamed the Myanmar Police Force in 1995. So, leadership. The Myanmar Police is headed by a Director General with the rank of Major General, supported by a Deputy Director General who holds the rank of Brigadier General. That reflects the country's strong This reflects the country's strong military influence in law enforcement organization. Its structure includes the central headquarters, state and divisional police forces, special force, railways and city police, training centers, reserve units, and police battalions. So, recruitments and training. Applicants must meet requirements in age, height, and weight. After recruitment, training is done in different depots depending on whether they are constable, sergeants, or warrant officers.
Good day everyone, I am Rodilla and let's talk about the police models in the Philippines. So, the Philippines is located in the east of Vietnam, in the north of Malaysia, in Indonesia, cover an area of 298 and 170,000 square kilometers with a population of 120 million people. So, the Philippines back then, it was a Spanish colony until 1898. Then, it was ceded to the United States in 1946. The Philippine country, is a democratic country where the power is held by the people to choose their leaders and representatives through elections. In the Philippine pre-Hispanic era, the barangay system is led by a datu. A datu is responsible to exercise all the powers to maintain peace and order within his jurisdiction. He was a chief warrior known as the chief of police back then. And the American period of the Philippine police models, with the beginning of the American rule in the Philippine-American War, the Philippine Constabulary was created in 1901, known as the National Gendarmerie Force for the law enforcement. At the same time, what is now the Manila Police District came into existence as the nation's first city police force. And by the virtue of RA 6975, the PNP was officially established on January 29 in 1991 through the Republic Act number 6975. And the Philippine National Police, or the PNP, came into existence under the National Commission. The PNP is national in scope, civilian in character, being a community and service-oriented agency responsible for maintaining the peace and order and public safety. It was organized to ensure accountability and uprightness in police exercise of discretion, as well to achieve efficiency and effectiveness of its member and units in the performance of their functions. So, in the recruitment and training for the PNP, candidates for the PNP must be Philippine citizens with a good moral of conduct, with a sound mind and body, and must be a degree holder, possess eligibility recognized by the National Police Commission, and they must meet the height which the male applicants at least 1.57 meters or 5'2" in height, and the female applicants at least 1.52 meters or 5 flat, and must be between the age of 21 to 30 years old. So let's talk about the Singapore police models. So Singapore is a small island city-state occupying 693 square kilometers on island between Malaysia and Indonesia. Its population is approximately 5 million people. It was a British colony that briefly joined with Malaysia and then became independent in 1965. Singapore police models is one of the most prosperous countries in Asia, with a gross domestic product that rival many Western European countries. Foreign investment is aided by its largely corruption-free government, skilled workforce, and highly developed infrastructure, manufacturing, mostly electronics and biomedical and chemical industry. The Singapore Police Force, which is under the Ministry of the Internal Affairs, is headed by Police the Commissioner, was a deputy and a director for special duties, with 6 regional police divisions report directly to the Police Commissioner as do specialized units. In Singapore, there must serve 12 months of the national service. Some of them are deployed, and the police they will be assigned into 5 functional groups, namely the key installation, patrol and neighborhood post, light strike force, the headquarters staff, and the service and support reinforcement groups. The recruitment, selection, and training of the Singapore police models. Police officers enters the force at the rank of corporal or sergeant, depending on educational qualification, which must include passing at least 5 secondary schools exam. A senior police officer's initial rank also depends on education, which must consist of a college degree. Likewise, candidates for the force must meet the requirements for height, the weight, the eyesight, and education. and the Singapore citizens are permanent residents at least at the age of 18 years old.
Good day everyone, my name is Karylle Talictic and I'm reporting the Thailand and Vietnam. Thailand, only Southeast Asian nation that never colonized, and the area of Thailand is 514,000 square meter and the population is 65 million and there is a 76 provinces. Bicameral National Assembly is Senate and House, and the Royal Thai Police is centralized, militaristic style, service-oriented organization, and the ratio is 1 police officer to 260 citizens. All personnel are uniformed police officers, headed by Director General and answerable to Prime Minister. And there is four major operational units. The first is Provincial Police, largest, covers towns and villages. The second is Border Patrol Police, paramilitary roles. The third is Metropolitan Police, Bangkok and suburbs. The last one is Central Investigation Bureau and or National Coordination. And there is 7 other operational units. The first is Office of Immigration Bureau. The second is Narcotics Suppression Bureau. Third is Office of Logistics. Fourth, Office of the Royal Courts. Fifth, Police of Education Bureau. The sixth is Tourist Police. And lastly is Marine Police Division. There is 2 recruiting, training, and promotion or RTP levels. The first is entry levels, rank and file. Most need siya na high school graduates trained by Police Education Bureau, and sub-inspector then need siya na college graduates trained at Police Cadet, and the second is Police Cadet pass. And grade 10 plus 2 years pre-cadet school to Army, Navy, and Air Force. 4 years Police Cadet Academy course to bachelor's degree, and the last is graduates start at sub-inspectors. The requirements of RTP or recruiting, training, and promotion is first, Thai citizen. Second is good moral character. Third is pass attitude and medical exam. Fourth is rank and file, male 14 to 18 years old. And the last is sub-inspector, male or female, is the age is 18 to 35 years old. And the training is combined physical academic program. Second is police school located in 9 region aligned with provincial police region 1 to 9, and the promotion is no external entry beyond sub-inspector and inspector rank and above, only promoted from within the agency. Vietnam. The location of Vietnam is borders China, Laos, Cambodia, coastlines along Gulf of Thailand, Gulf of Tonkin, and South China Sea. The area of Vietnam is 329,560 square kilometer, and the capital of Vietnam is Hanoi. Legal system based on communist legal theory of French civil law. Executive, president, head of the state, prime ministry, or head of government, and deputy. The legalistic is unicameral National Assembly and 498 seats or 500 years term. The judicial is Supreme People's Court, Chief Justice elected by National Assembly to 5 years term. There is law enforcement, influences on legal thought, Confucianism, focus on virtue and morality, crime, lack of virtue, no formal judicial principles. Napoleonic Code introduced fair trial and appropriate punishment. Marxism, Leninism, crime seen as result of environmental factors, emphasize rehabilitation over punishment. Legal philosophy today, inquisitorial system, state investigates truth rather than adversarial. seek reform and rehabilitation, not just punishment. Focus on collective good over individual rights. PPSV or People's Public Security of Vietnam. Main police and security force under the Communist Party of Vietnam, part of the Vietnam People's Armed Forces. And there is three part of the PPSV. The first is two branches. First is Vietnam People's Security, national and internal security, political, economic, cultural, cyber, info security, intelligence, visas, and counter-enemy activities. The second is Vietnam People's National Police, crime prevention, environmental, political, traffic, and corruption, public safety, transport and road security, civil defense, and disaster response. The second part is training institutions, People's Police Academy, People's Security Institution, and the third part is organizational system, Ministry of Public Security of the Department of Provinces and Municipality, Public Security Offices of Rural District, Urban District, Town, and Provincial Cities. Last is Public Security Posts of Communes, Wards, and Townships.